Then for the Christies Foxhunters, a big field towards the first of 22 fences, the full Gold Cup course and distance, and Dry High Line is going to take off first at the opening obstacle. The last to land, Manila Silver. It's Dry High Line with Sheltering on the inside, Joe Blake in a red cap, Toured Off Express and Romany Chat on the outside. Then Look in the Mirror as they landed over that. Back on the inside behind these, Fair Wind and also Cool Abbey, followed by Filter and County Derry, and then Manila Silver. Manila Silver is last option. Then the favourite Horus, Mr. Miller. Behind runners is Gunner Wilburn and then Real Value from £10 worth. And right out the back in these early stages, Epsilo de Laurence and also Tasmin Tyrant and Smile Please is last. Dry High Line takes the third fence with a clear lead, though hit it hard. Mistake by County Derry back in the field. They're all surviving at this stage, however, at the water jump. Dry High Line with Toured Up Express and Romany Chat second and third, then Sheltering and Joe Blake. And those not far off them is Look in the Mirror. An open ditch now. Dry High Line, getting a good jump this time from Toured Up Express and Romany Chat, Joe Blake, and back on the inside Filter then with close-up Cool Abbey. And Look in the Mirror on the outside. Horus in a green jacket in about 10th at the moment. On the outside, Ashley Farrand. A long way to go. Just behind Horus is Gunner Wilburn in all dark blue on the inner, just ahead of Gunner Wilburn, last option, and the grey Manila Silver. Sheltering has blundered away the rider there. Bad mistake. One of the leading contenders, Sheltering. Philip Fenton on the deck as they head to the next plain fence. And it's Dry High Line. The loose horse Sheltering is going to run across them here. And that was a nasty moment for the leading two or three horses. Toured Up Express on the outside, a Dry High Line. And then in behind these is Romany Chat with Filter on the inside. As they run to this next plain fence, this loose horse could cause problems. Again jumps to the right, distracting Dry High Line and Toured Up. And Horus made a mistake there. Ashley Farrant was thrown right forward in the saddle on the favourite. They're getting well and truly strung out, and they've still got well over a circuit to go. And it's Dry High Line, Toured Up Express, Filter and Joe Blake, then Romany Chat on the outside. Back on the inner is Cool Abbey in the dark blue and red jacket, then Gunner Wilburn, and last option was Fair Wind. Manila Silver up the inside, Look in the Mirror out wide. Real Value in a pink jacket, just shielded at the moment on the inside with Horus. Horus, the 11-4 favourite here as they complete their first circuit. On to the next plain fence. The loose horse is running out at this next fence, which will be a relief to the riders. And at which it was Toured Up Express that now takes over from Dry High Line. And then Cool Abbey up the inside, Filter right there, and Joe Blake, who's never been out of the first half dozen. Then last option of Manila Silver as they jump this next plain one. After these, Real Value from Fair Wind, then Romany Chat, who's lost a bit of ground. £10 worth is picking up from the rear. Then Horus. Looks in the Mirror is dropping out. Then Tasmin Tyrant and County Derry and Epsilo de Laurence, and a long break then to Smile Please, nothing much to smile about, and Mr. Miller. And the loose horse has gone up the hill, well out of the way. Philip Fenton after that fall is okay, just leaning on the rail there, rather nonchalantly. Down the hill in the back straight, Toured Up Express and Filter. Joe Blake on the outside of Cool Abbey. Gunner Wilburn in a good position out the inner. A mistake by Manila Silver on the inside. Back to the water jump. And Toured Up Express and Polly Gundry from Filter. Gunner Wilburn and Rowan Cope on the inner. Joe Blake right there with Liam Lennon on the outside. One or two in different jumps at the water there. Manila Silver's not far off them. Last option getting into the race. So is Real Value as well in the pink under Andrew Hickman. And Horus also improving in that green jacket as they take that open ditch. The leaders sail over. And it's Toured Up Express from Joe Blake and last option on the outside. Last option racing strongly as they take the next plain one. Then Gunner Wilburn from Filter. Cool Abbey now being pushed along. Mr. Miller pulls up before that. They make the next left-hand turn, Dry Highliner's pulled up on towards the next open ditch. This is 6 out, and it's Tour d'Af Express. Joe Blake really took off. The great jump there by Joe Blake took him into the lead in the red cap. Last option, Tour d'Af Express, Gunnar Wilburn. Horus now makes headway out wide in the green, and then Real Value, County Derry, and then Fair Wind at the plain fence going up the hill. Plenty still in with chances, covered by about 10 or 12 lengths. Plenty of horses as they make the top turn. They've got 4 to jump, and it's Joe Blake from last option. Tour d'Af Express trying to rally. Gunnar Wilburn on the inside as they run slightly downhill towards this next fence. Joe Blake on the inside of last option. Then Gunnar Wilburn, Tour d'Af Express, Real Value and County Derry. Down the hill they gallop, on and on. £10 worth has made very good headway on the outside, and then Manila Silva, £10 worth in the maroon sleeves, coming there as they jump 3 out. Tour d'Af Express back alongside last option with Joe Blake on the inside, then Gunnar Wilburn and £10 worth County Derry. The favourite Horus looks to have a forlorn chance now, who's weakening badly as they run round the final turn, and it's Joe Blake and last option. Gunnar Wilburn coming there strongly, then Tour d'Af Express, £10 worth and County Derry. They've got 2 fences left to jump in the Christies Foxhunters. Joe Blake over on the inside, last option. Gunnar Wilburn, Tour d'Af Express out wide. These 4 are clear of County Derry and £10 worth. It's last option just about in front now from Joe Blake, Gunnar Wilburn and Tour d'Af Express, who hasn't given in on the outside. There was precious little to choose there between last option and Tour d'Af Express. Last option and Fiona Needham, Tour d'Af Express and Polly Gundry. The girls first here, but Gunnar Wilburn is running on with Joe Blake. Last option is flat out from Gunnar Wilburn. Last option, Gunnar Wilburn thrusting on the far side, but last option wins it from Gunnar Wilburn. Then Tour d'Af Express, followed home by Joe Blake. They were clear of County Derry, and then after County Derry, Fair Wind. A long gap then to £10 worth and Smile Please and Real Value. Cool Abbey was next, and then Filtra and Look in the Mirror. And Horus was pulled up in the end, didn't complete. Last option, the 20-to-1 winner of this Christies Foxhunters chase. Wonderful ride by Fiona Needham here, trained by Robin Tate, runs in the colours of Robin in the yellow and maroon hoop jacket. Last option, the winner, with Gunnar Wilburn closing all the way up the run-in the hands of Rowan Cope. Would have probably got there in another 50 yards, closing slowly but surely, but the post came in time for last option. In third, then Tour d'Af Express, who ran a mighty race for Polly Gundry, and fourth home was the best of the Irish, Joe Blake.
Wow, what a fabulous race this was. And Fiona Needham just about gets to the front on this fella last option. Only his 3rd run of the season, being chased by Gunnar Wilburn to real good old point-to-pointers. Polly Gundry's given Tour d'Af Express a fabulous ride. Always up there in the van, kept shoveling him along as well. Over on the far side, Joe Blake did best of the 2 7-year-olds. And Fiona Needham chased all the way up the run-in by Polly Gundry. But this old fella, look at him, what a lovely horse this is, Jim.
Absolutely, wants to win, head carried low, ears pricked, digs deep. The first 4 have all run smashing races. So a couple of them are in the Grand National. They wouldn't be disgraced. They might not quite have the class to win round there, but Tour d'Af Express and Gunnar Wilburn, good reliable jumpers. But as John said, the winning horse, really last option, dug deep, kept pulling out a little bit more, and tremendous moment for Fiona Needham and Robin Tate.
Last option, 3rd in this Foxhunter 3 years ago to Castlemaine at 20-to-1, wins today, also returned at 20-to-1, the 10th choice of the punters, that last option. The runner-up, Gunnar Wilburn, was sent off at 8-to-1. And the 3rd, Tour d'Af Express, was a 10-to-1 chance. Joe Blake was 4th at 11-to-2. Not many bookmakers will pay over that. Horus was sent off the 11-to-4 favourite. And that last option is the longest price winner in 23 runnings of the Foxhunters over 3¼ miles. It used to be a longer distance, 16-to-1 cover.